Look, I want to move on now to a story, and it kind of surprised me. Someone sent me a link to a piece of writing about the issue of gender and legal recognition of gender from a surprising source, from a journalist I've known of for some time whose work I respect and has worked almost exclusively in the business journalism space. I was therefore surprised to see this person making a submission on the Law Commission's, and as far as I can understand, plans or recommendation or support for the idea that before the law, gender or people's fluid gender be recognised. Well, to find out more about this, we're joined now by long-time journalist, Jenny Ruth. Jenny, lovely to have you on the program. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Now, Jenny, what have you made a submission on? What is the issue that has got you, if you like, stepping out? And though I hear you've done great work on women's refuges and stuff, you've really taken a stand, not a business stand, on this issue of gender identity. Explain the background to us.
Well, in the 70s, I was a member of a group of women who set up and ran what was the first women's refuge in New Zealand, in Auckland. We called it Halfway House, but the current Women's Refuge organisation grew out of that. That experience taught me that in some circumstances, and I must stress it's only a few things, but sometimes women need women-only spaces, particularly if they've been battered by a domestic partner or husband, and if they've been raped. Women who have been through those sorts of horrific experiences are naturally afraid of men, and that goes for actual men and actual men claiming to be actual women, which, gender is not, sex is not changeable, despite an Australian judge ruling that it is last week.
Just check, Jenny, so you live on planet Earth. We've got that.
Yes, and if you allow men to decide that they're women, and remember our law since 2023 allows anyone to change their gender or sex. To me the words both mean the same thing, but under trans ideology, gender is whatever you feel, and it seems to trump sex, which is biological and unchangeable. Sorry, I've lost my train of thought there.
No, that's right. So, Jenny, that's your position. It's reasonable. You have a background and a history in creating. You're a pioneer in creating safe spaces for women that were hitherto unavailable to them. What is it that the Law Commission has done that you are now so concerned about?
Well, if you read their document, which is 200 and something pages, and I don't claim to have read the whole thing, they use the term for women, cis women. And I find that pretty offensive. They're trying to say that...
What is this document? What does it refer to?
It's a Law Commission. I haven't got it in front of me, but it's a report on... They're recommending that gender be included in the Human Rights Act.
Ah, okay.
And
so it's a submission on a bill considering amendments to the Human Rights Act.
No, it's not a bill yet. It's just a Law Commission report. And I would say that it's unlikely that this government would adopt it. But the use of the term cis women is really objectionable. Women don't need a qualifier. We are women.
Yeah.
It's only trans women who are not women, they're men who say that they're women.
Yeah.
They're the only people that need a qualifier. And it's part of their ideology to try and make out that real women are actually only a category of women. And the report from the Law Commission is full of that sort of language, which betrays where their sympathies lie, which is not with real women.
So what are you doing about this report that you clearly, philosophically, really disagree with? You think the Law Commission has gone too far in trying to say that human rights should include blokes who dress up as Sheilas or think they're Sheilas who want to say they're Sheilas. Jenny, what is it that you want to happen in relation to that?
Can I just clarify? I do agree trans rights are human rights, but people who identify as trans do not have exactly the same rights as women, and that's the problem.
Well, I think we've all got the same rights, haven't we, Jenny? But they haven't got the right. They haven't got the right to degrade the rights of women.
That's exactly the point.
Yeah.
And what I'm doing about it, well, I put the submission in. One of
to whom?
To the Law Commission. They're calling for submissions. So anyone can put in a submission. It's open until September 5th. So anyone who's so interested can read the document on their website and put in a submission if they feel so inclined.
What do you think's driven this in the Law Commission? Are they just a bit woke or what?
Unfortunately, this ideology is permeating right throughout government. I only became aware of it belatedly. You know, most of my life these days is focused on business reporting, and I thought a lot of these fights have been won, and I didn't really need to pay attention any longer. Unfortunately, it's now the case that this sort of trans ideology, it's in the education department, it's in the health department, it seems all pervasive, and it's only a very short few years since it blew up, and it astonishes me that it's taken such a tenacious hold, and a lot of women are supporting it, which also flabbergasts me, although it shouldn't, because, you know, throughout history, women have actually aided in the oppression of other women.